Yee. Way up.
Hey, yes, it's Way Up with Angela Yee. Hold on, my headphones are only working on one side of my ears. Let me see. Yours too? All right, so it's not my headphones. I was like, come on, these, headphones break so fast. I've had these for years though, so I'm happy about that. But anyway, it is a Thursday before Memorial Day weekend, so I know a lot of people are planning what they're going to do over the weekend. I just got back from LA last night, and I do want to say, every flight I've been on lately has been delayed. So just make sure you guys plan. I remember one Memorial weekend I was going out of town. Shout out to my guy Donnell. Donnell Land is happening in Ohio, which is open to everybody, families, kids, everything, really fun. And I got to the airport a little late and actually missed my flight. And I never miss my flight, but it was so crowded. So I'm just giving y'all a heads up. If you're traveling or doing anything, make sure you give yourself time to make that happen. All right, well, let's get this show started with some love and some positivity. Let's shine a light. 800-292-5150. Call us up. Let us know who do you want to spread some love to. Who do you want to shine a light on? And I mean you. Here's Lloyd and Lil Wayne with you. It's Way Up.
Gonna light the block up. I'ma shine. I'ma shine.
Turn your lights on, y'all.
Turn your lights on.
Spreading love to those who are doing greatness.
Shine a light on them. Shine a light on them.
It's time to shine a light on them.
It's Way Up with Angela Yee, and it's time to shine a light. And today I want to shine a light on Asia Wilson. She has a book called How to Be True to Dear Black Girls, How to Be True to You. She's a two-time WNBA MVP. But her book is all about having to overcome certain tribulations, not having to do it alone, about her support system. She also talks about how she became successful and how love can occasionally come from an unexpected source, a stranger who only has compassion, empathy, and understanding to offer to you. So shout out to Asia Wilson. Make sure you guys check out this book that talks about how she got to where she is, the importance of representation, finding someone who looks like you, who cares and checks in with you. We also got to make sure we are that person for other people as well. All right, Markeisha, who do you want to shine a light on?
I'd like to shine a light on my mom, Sherry.
Okay, Sherry, tell us about her.
She is one of the bravest, nurturing, caring, considerate women I know. And she gives tough love, and it's the best love. It makes us stronger. So I wanted to shine a light on her.
I like soft love, but tough love is necessary. You're right.
It is sometimes. Not all the time.
You're right. Sometimes I just need a hug.
That's right, and she gives the best hug.
Oh, well, shout out to you, and shout out to your mama, too, Markeisha.
Thank you.
Thank you for calling.
You're welcome. Have a good one.
All right, well, let's do Yeetie when we come back. Since we're being so positive, let's talk about Lizzo. She discusses overcoming her recent mental health battle. We'll tell you what she had to say about that. It's Way Up.
They say it's truth in the room.
From industry shade to all the gossip,
Talk to me.
Angela's spilling that yee tea.
Talk to me.
It's Way Up with Angela Yee, and it's time for your Yee Tea. So today is the day, She the People, that is Terry J. Vaughn's show on Netflix that Tyler Perry has produced. The first 8 episodes are out today. The second half is coming out August 14th. So you know how he always does it. He breaks it up. And this is part of Tyler Perry's overall deal with Netflix. But we actually had Terry J. Vaughn on Lip Service. Love the conversation. And here she is gushing, as many people have been, about Tyler Perry and what he's done for her. And not just her, but also her family.
Tyler has given me my dream. This has been 20 years in the making. Y'all see, now I get emotional. So I have everything I want. Executive producer credit, created by, and I got a nice check. And my son got a job. They gave him an internship and then hired him. And my husband plays on the show too.
Oh, wow. What's his role?
So he plays my security, my driver.
Okay, imagine that. That's a big deal. Your son goes to school. He's going to school for working behind the scenes and then gets hired after an internship. Then now her husband's on the show. That is so dope. And I know this is something she was working on for a long time. She had a lot of offers on the table and she went with Tyler Perry because she knew it was going to get made. She knew it was going to get done. And he gave her all the things that she asked for, including the check. But if you want to watch it, it's about a newly elected lieutenant governor. That's who she's playing, navigating a sexist and condescending governor. So shout out to Terry J. Vaughn. Now, speaking of real friendships, because she considers Tyler Perry a real friend, Lizzo has a real friend in SZA. First, Lizzo was on social media She posted, my crash outs about the world are valid, and so are yours. Today I was bawling in bed. I canceled my workout. I was driving around sobbing because some days I just can't take it. This ish ain't easy for anybody. I have grace for everyone who feels like they're going insane, for everyone who feels like nothing is good enough, for everyone who feels like they failed. I feel you, but I'm still here, and so are you. And I love her relationship with SZA. There's video footage you can see SZA joining Lizzo on stage. The two of them have been friends for quite some time. So shout out to the two of them for that. And another person who SZA has gone on social media to defend is Megan Thee Stallion. Now, people are basically just posting about Tory Lanez and saying that Megan Thee Stallion lied and efforts to get him released from prison. There's a whole petition. I'm sure that's not easy at all for Megan Thee Stallion to see. There were even rumors that she unfollowed Glorilla because Glorilla reposted something that had a Tory Lanez song on it. And people were saying, okay, that's why she unfollowed her, but it looks like it was just a mistake. Glorilla posted, I own internet-ish and I don't do mess. It was an innocent repost, y'all. So she innocently reposted something. But anyway, here is what SZA had to say. She posted on social media because there's a lot of TikTokers and people, having things to say. And the TikToker was saying that Tory is not innocent, and SZA was basically agreeing with that.
Oh, Tory Lanez is innocent. Tory Lanez is innocent. There's new evidence. Okay, so why are you telling me you need to be telling the court? There's nothing I can do for you. I'm the general public. You need to be talking to the government. And y'all keep saying, I can't believe Megan pressed charges. I can't believe Megan pressed charges. She didn't. He was prosecuted by this state of California.
And SZA posted that density, I'm actually so shocked at the amount of people fully comfortable bullying a woman that's proven to be a victim of assault, like out loud where other people can see you. LMAO, you finna be stupid out loud. All right, well, that is your Yeetie. When we come back, we have About Last Night. I know what y'all was doing because I actually was watching the Knicks last night. What a game. I literally landed late, went home, and had to finish watching that game. I thought it was a wrap in the fourth quarter with a couple of minutes left. I was wrong. It's way up.
So, about last night. Here's how it went down.
All right, it's way up with Angela Yee. Look,
Way
us
up in the building, baby.
David Spears.
Yes.
And you and I were both doing the same thing last night. I came home from the airport and I watched the end of the Knicks.
Oh man, we had it.
Versus the Pacers.
Chelsea house, watching the Knicks fumble.
That was a great game, though.
It was very intense
for Indiana. But anyway, just for people, obviously you all should know this by now, but the Knicks were leading by 14. They had 2 minutes and 45 seconds left in the fourth quarter and ended up in overtime and then ended up losing the game.
That last shot that took it to overtime's crazy. The shot that hit and bounced way up.
It didn't look like it was going to go in.
What?
And I thought it was a 3 at first, too, so then they would have won.
Right.
Which they should have just won right then and wouldn't have to go in overtime.
Right, but his foot was on the line.
Yeah. But anyway, do you bet on sports?
Sometimes. Mostly boxing. Every now and then I bet on a game, but
people be so mad when a team loses that they bet on.
Of course. You're losing your money.
I actually want to, like, who do you follow to bet? Do you just do it by yourself? Or, because I know there's people that follow people when it comes to betting. Like, how do I bet on this game?
Yeah, it's people that it was a couple of people that I was following. I was trying to, like, have them send me their bets. People that I felt like really got busy at betting.
Mm-hmm. Right. I think that's important. I saw Sports Center posted, teams have been 1,414-0 when leading by 9 or more points in the final minute of a playoff game. They are now 1,414-1 thanks to what happened with the Knicks. Those are some odds that you could never have predicted, especially if you're...
Everybody that looked at that game was like, okay, we got this. Knicks got this.
People probably was like, let me get out of here before.
Right, like last 2 minutes, people was leaving. All right, we got this.
But game 2 is going to be Friday night at the Garden, so we're going to see what happens after that. And I know the Pacers were all at say less after the game last night.
Did they go?
Yes.
They came through and violated the city?
As they should. I mean, wouldn't you if you were playing and won? But anyway, for everybody out there who bets on sports, I need some help. I want somebody to kind of like guide me through the whole process of how you place your bets and all of that. Because after last night's game, I'm like, I need some guidance. I feel like I could make some money. 800-292-5150. We're talking about winning, losing, betting. I need some guidance on how you guys decide how you're going to bet, what you're going to bet, and all of that is way up.
Let's go. Yeah. You are a media maven, right?
Ooh, you never know what Angie's gonna say.
It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm here with my guy, Mano. And we're talking about, well, as we were talking about the game last night where the Knicks lost after they had a 12-point lead. Was it more than 14 with like 2 minutes and 45 seconds left. And then they ended up losing after overtime. But I'm thinking about all the people that were betting on that game. I remember when betting was illegal, and now it's just something that they've managed to regulate across the board. But they're also trying to do things to make it more responsible, because a lot of younger people also like to gamble. It's so accessible. It's so easy to be able to do it.
Everybody can bet now.
Yeah, I think it's a state by state thing.
Every state has a different.
Yeah, so there's different rules depending on what state you're in. So, some people will go to Vegas to bet, or if you live in, say, Detroit, at a certain point, people will have to drive somewhere else.
You don't got to do that
and then come back. Yeah, now you don't have to do that anymore in a lot of places. And there's a lot of apps that you can bet. But what I want to understand is the proper way to make it happen. So 800-292-5150. Vic, what is your science when it comes to sports betting?
I try to treat it like the stock market as opposed to treating it like a casino. I'm not just guessing and betting on my favorite teams. I'm like literally sitting down and trying to break down numbers and see what makes the most sense. I'm checking odds on different sports books, checking the lineups. You feel me? I'm doing a lot.
So in other words, leave your emotion out of it. It's not about your favorite team or who you want to win. You got to really sit down and do the research.
Yeah, and the research, I mean, you could be wrong. You could do the research and be wrong. But at the end of the day, if you want to do this, don't bet with your heart. Like, if you're betting on your favorite team and you just betting once, like, that's fun, okay. But if you want to do this for income, like passive income type, like the stock market type, you would want to put some type of effort into knowing what's going on, as opposed to saying, oh, I just like LeBron, I think he's going to get 30 tonight. That's not how you do it, because you're probably going to lose.
Okay, no, I like that advice. What would you have bet last night with the Knicks versus the Pacers?
I bet the Pacers plus 4.5. You can see it on my page.
Oh, what's your page? Wow. We need, okay.
Oh, wow.
What's that?
Yeah, my Instagram page is at Victor E. Banks. VICTOR, the letter E, and then the word Banks. It's all one word, Victor E. Banks.
All right.
And you can see today we do this. I literally just got off live 10 minutes ago. I was on IG Live giving out free picks.
Okay, see, I like that.
What's
That's
your prediction for the whole series?
I don't have that. I do my day by day, man. I got to take it day by day. Somebody get hurt, then I don't got time for it. So I take it day by day.
All right, more advice. All right, thank you for calling. Well, I appreciate that. I'm about to follow this.
Yeah, you got to factor that in, too, that somebody might get hurt.
Yeah, for sure, man. Good talking to y'all.
All right, thank you. All right, see, that was good advice. I'm following him right now. He always that's really all he does on his page. I love that. All right, well, 800-292-5150. If you have advice too, I definitely want to hear it. It's about that time. I'm ready to get some passive income. He said it's like the stock market. When we come back, we have your Yee tea. I waited for you to get here, Mano, for this one. We're going to talk about Jennifer Williams, Evelyn Lozada, Christian, and then a lot of people have come into play into their beef with each other. So we're going to break it down. It's Way Up.
Yo, she about to blow the lid up off this pot. Let's get it. Oh, yeah. Angela's spilling that Yee tea.
Come and get the tea.
It's Way Up with Angela
Way
Yee.
Up.
I'm here with my guy, Mano.
Hey.
Oh, my gosh. And let's get into some of this messy drama between Jennifer Williams and Evelyn Lozada on Basketball Wives. When I tell you this, like when the diss tracks was flying back and forth between Drake and Kendrick, it's happening so fast.
It's like that?
I feel like one person disses, then another person comes back, other people are jumping in it. Now, this all started with Evelyn being critical of Jennifer getting married to Christian, bringing that to the show, basically calling her stupid. Then Jennifer responded to Evelyn and had some things to say about Evelyn's daughter, Shanice, and Shanice having a child with the game. The two of them have been taking shots back and forth. And then Evelyn posted that Christian owes some money in child support and told Jennifer, make sure he cleans that up. Well, here comes Christian's child's mother speaking, and here's what she had to say.
You take no responsibility for what you've done to cause chaos in people's lives. That's why you owe people money. You owe your own children money. You owe your own children so much back pay because you don't take responsibility for what you're supposed to do as a father, as a businessman. That's why we're speaking up.
Now, I saw that Christian posted that he actually did pay child support. He posted a receipt of that. But then people were in the comments like, this is from 2024. And then he explained why he was having issues and how things started becoming chaotic once he married Jennifer. And here's what he had to say.
I wasn't going to bring this up, but I was actually physically abused. And I could have pressed charges. But no, I didn't do that because at the end of the day, I would not do that to the mother of my kid. Even before Jennifer and I got married, we were trying to work it out. We were going to establish a written agreement for the betterment of the children. This is not about us anymore.
All right. Now, he did say a lot of men have been in that situation where they have been abused. And and see, much like you did, funny. People don't believe it or they don't take it seriously.
But my whole thing with him is that his name sounds like a porn star name. Like,
okay. Christian Gold. Yeah. So now, in addition to that, now other people have jumped into it because Jennifer, addressed the children's mother and was like basically using that as her evidence. Well, Christian's aunt has also jumped into the mix. And she did a post where she basically was dragging the whole thing. And in the past, even Christian has said, I don't want no issues with this woman because his aunt was going in. Here's what she said.
Your baby daddy, go pay his artist. Like, your daughter is living in the house with you. Y'all don't get no financial support because all his checks going to BMI. Why don't you talk about these kind of things? What? Like, I don't know. You're so invested in what Jen and Christian got going on, but you don't want to talk about the things that's going on in your household.
So she's talking about Evelyn has a kid with Carl Crawford. Carl Crawford is a former MLB player, but also the person that ran the label that Megan Thee Stallion was signed to. So her point is, you want to talk about money that's owed. Well, what about your baby daddy owes money to Megan Thee Stallion? She brought that up specifically.
Right.
I just think here's the problem. When you fall out with somebody you were best friends with, everybody knows each other's dirt.
Yeah, you know each other's business.
She also made some accusations on this post about the game. And I want to say she's saying things because people were like, okay, Jennifer told her to say this. Jennifer also would probably never say all of those things because now you're opening up like a Pandora's box for everybody to start.
What she said about game?
She was just basically saying that the game, you got to see, I don't even want to say it because it's a crazy, wild allegation to put out there. But, the game has a baby with Evelyn's daughter, Shanice.
Right.
So you got to watch the full thing if you want to really see. But anyway, that is your Yeetie. When we come back, we have Under the Radar. These are the stories that are not necessarily in the headlines, but sometimes they are in the headlines. And yes, we got to talk about what's going on. It's going to affect a lot of people. But I also want to discuss Klarna. Have you ever seen if you want to pay in installments, right? When you're buying something?
Right.
Well, Klarna is having some issues because people ain't paying them back. We'll talk about it. It's way up.
This in the news that relates to you. These stories are flying under the radar.
It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm here. My guy Mano's here.
Way up.
Now, do you know what Klarna is? When you're buying something, you can actually pay for things in payments. And you know how they'd be like, oh, you can pay with Klarna.
Right.
Well, apparently they have a net loss of $136 million because people are not paying back those loans. I could have seen that coming. They said their losses have widened. More consumers fail to repay their interest-free buy now, pay later loans. They reported that on Monday, they reported a net loss of $99 million for the first quarter, and it's more than double of what they had last year, which was $47 million. So they hit pause on their IPO, which makes sense. All right, now let's discuss Donald Trump's agenda bill. The Republican-led House has passed this bill by a single vote. Even not all the Republicans were on board with this, but it's the One Big Beautiful Bill Act, and that is to advance Donald Trump's tax and immigration agenda. There's a lot of things about tax cuts, Medicaid reform, and immigration spending. And so some of the things that you can see happening, Medicaid. The start date for new Medicaid work requirements will kick in no later than December 31st, 2026. Originally, the bill had work requirements starting in 2029. Also, state and local tax deduction, SALT, that rises to $40,000 for incomes under $500,000. That's a change from the $10,000 cap that, by the way, the Republicans implemented.
That's crazy.
Also, they have these MAGA accounts that are now going to be called Trump accounts. So each child gets $1,000 for their parents opening in their name newly created money accounts for growth and investment. They're calling that the MAGA account, or as you know it now, is a Trump account. They're also going to let these clean energy tax credits tax credits expire. I can't even say it. Tax credits expire early this year. So some advice: if you're going to get an electric vehicle this year, do it, because that $7,500 clean vehicle credit would expire in 2025 instead of 2032. Also, if you're going to make any type of home improvements that are energy efficient, you should do that now, because those are eligible for a 30% credit, or have a home energy audit. That's going to expire.
Stuff like that?
Yeah. Okay. So you know how there were all these credits for going clean? Clearly, that's not a priority here. So yes, all of those things like solar property or wind energy, that tax credit expires this year instead of in 2034. So all of those changes. But it is going to affect a lot of people when it comes to what they're going to do right now with Medicaid. As we said, a lot of people aren't going to have that. And a lot of times you'll hear something like this Tax Cuts and Job Act and all of those things, and you feel like, okay, we're getting a break or we're getting more money. But then on the flip side of it, for instance, making that Tax Cuts and Job Act permanent, that credit is going to be a $2,000 child tax credit and things like that. But, you know, on the flip side, some people aren't going to have their Medicaid, and other things like that are happening. So just make sure you pay attention to everything that's going on. And make sure you guys vote. Always, even especially locally, when these elections are coming up.
Gotta vote.
And make sure you pay attention and make your voice heard. All right. Well, that is your Under the Radar. We do have the Way Up mix at the top of the hour. Plus, the Diddy trial is happening. Kid Cudi's on the stand. We'll talk about it later. It's Way Up.
Just like to talk like they Angela Yee, like they Angela Yee.
Man, she's spilling it all. This is Yee T. Way Up.
It's Way Up with Angela Yee.
Way Up.
I'm here with Mano.
We way up.
Kid Cudi has just gotten off the stand in the Diddy trial. Okay.
Please, Kid Cudi.
Stop it.
Get off.
He was terrorized. This is not good things that have happened here. And coming up next, when court resumes, because they're on lunch right now, Mila Morales, who is a former makeup artist for Cassie, is going to testify.
Right.
So let's get into what Kid Cudi had to say when he took the stand. He talked about dating Cassie back in 2011, but she was also involved with Sean Combs, and he said that he knew that they had some problems. They weren't dating anymore. And he had confided in her about some of the issues in the relationship. But then there was a period of time once Diddy found out about the relationship that he actually told Kid Cudi by phone that he wanted to talk to him. And he said he left the hotel that he was at with Cassie and went home. And when he went home, he found out that somebody had broken into his home. His security cameras had been moved, so they weren't on, so he couldn't see who did it.
Right.
Gifts he bought for his family were open, and his dog was locked in the bathroom. So it feels like it's a kind of way of letting you know, I can get into your home.
Right.
And do anything at any time. Is kind of like a warning.
So he's saying that this is what Diddy allegedly did.
Well, yeah, he was at the hotel with Cassie. They were supposed to go and talk. He went home, and that's what he found when he went home.
Got it.
All right. And then his Porsche ended up getting damaged with a Molotov cocktail.
Yeah.
One morning in January of 2012. He said his dog watcher called him from his home to tell him his car was on fire. He said it looked like the top of his Porsche was cut open, and that's where the Molotov cocktail was put in. The damage was
it must
so
have been
severe
like a drop. They cut a hole in the top of the roof.
that it couldn't be salvaged. And then he did meet with Diddy in person, who was alone at the time, and they went on to discuss Kid Cudi's relationship with Cassie from start to finish. And when he asked Diddy about the damage to his car, Diddy denied any involvement. But then they ran into each other again at Soho House in 2015, and that's when he said Diddy pulled him aside to apologize. And he said after that he did find peace with the situation.
Oh, okay. So they squashed it.
But he said that Cassie did tell him there was physical abuse in her relationship with Diddy, that he would hit and sometimes kick her, and that bothered him. But he said that Cassie did not tell him about the sexual abuse. So that is what Kid Cudi said. I know everybody was looking forward to him on the stand. There were always these rumors about his car getting set on fire with the Molotov cocktail. So this is him. And he normally does not speak out about anything. So it's not like this is something that he's been talking about, you know. So all right, so that's what's going on now. We already told you who's up next. Now let's talk about Remy Ma. She has spoken out about her split from Papoose. You know, Papoose and Clarissa Shields are an item right now. She's getting ready for her fight that's happening at Little Caesars Arena in July in Detroit. July 26th, I believe, is the date. When she was up here on Way Up with Angela Yee, here's what she had to say about Papoose.
We just was private, and we both knew that he was rapping me out February 2nd. And it was a thing of just like, are you sure? Because for me, it was like, I really didn't care, because I was like, I enjoyed the privacy of it. Yeah, people still bring up the old person, but it's like, no, I don't owe people an explanation.
All right, now a lot of people were commenting like, that's a married man, you're with a married man.
Right.
But Remy went on live and, basically let people know they are not together. She's actually happy to be rid of him. Here's what she said.
I couldn't take it anymore. I said, hey, this ain't what it is. We can't keep doing this. People would cry if they knew the truth. I feel sorry for old girl. Like, I feel sorry for her.
All right, so the two women don't have an issue with each other because Clarissa is saying she don't have no issues with her, and Remy clearly is saying she don't have no issues with Clarissa, but she knows some things.
Yeah,
I guess in their relationship.
Like breakups are very touchy, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Oh, well, make sure you guys also stream Shade Room.
Yeah, Shade Room Part 2 featuring Remy Ma.
Yeah, that's a Mano song.
Yeah, definitely.
It explains everything.
Yeah.
And when we come back, Ask Ye. 800-292-5150 is the number. Call us up. Any question you have, we're here to help. But make sure you stream Shade Room 2. That's going to give you all the tea on what happened with Remy and Papoose. 800-292-5150. Ask Ye is next.
Whether it's relationship or career advice, Angela's dropping facts.
All you should know.
This is Ask Ye.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm here with the award-winning advice-giving Mano.
Award-winning.
And I think there's a guy on the line. His name is Don. I feel like, Mano, this is when you really could step up and help us with.
Okay.
Don, how you doing?
I'm doing all right.
What's your question today for Ask Ye from me and Mano?
Me and my son is real tight, but his baby mother moved in with us like a few months back.
I know where this is going.
Yeah.
You slept with your son, baby mother?
Me and her.
You slept with your son, baby mother? You a lame. Where you from?
Oh, no, it ain't like that.
It is like that.
How did this all happen?
Oh, no. Me and my son, we 16 years apart in age, and we've been through it with females. We shared females and did all that. He came around, and she wanted it, and it happened. And it only was like 3 times.
Only 3 times.
Oh
you
my
calling the
gosh.
radio with this nonsense.
You said, so I want to go back to what you said. You guys have shared women before, like with each other's knowledge?
Yes, we shared women with each other's knowledge.
Not at the same time.
We did get down like that, but it's just the fact that this happened, and I never told him. But I want to know. Should I say something to him?
That's different. You should say something. You should say something to yourself.
What are you thinking about yourself now? Because you did something like this, and it feels like you guys didn't have boundaries before this. You were sleeping with the same women, sometimes at the same time, but this is different. She was living with you guys, and it's his child's mother.
Yeah.
So it feels like now you've crossed the line so many times with each other before, but this feels like unacceptable. Does he love her?
They separated now, but I never spoke to him about it.
How do you think he'll react?
I don't know how he's gonna react.
Has he ever done something? Has he ever done something like this to you, where it was somebody you really cared about, and he slept with them?
Nah, never like that.
Because you're the father, you're supposed to lead by example.
Exactly. Out of all the things you could be doing, you over here sleeping with your son, baby mother.
But the question is, should he tell him? That's the advice.
You might as well tell him how. Yeah, say, listen, son, I'm a bad father.
Here's the thing I'm scared of is that what if she ends up telling him one day, and now you look really crazy?
So
once it's somebody's baby mother, all those other games forfeit right there. That's where it stops there.
What made you just kind of forego your own morals to do something like this, though?
Well, the crazy thing is she kept laying in my bed. She was in my bed night after night, you know what I'm saying? And I'd be like, look, stop getting in my bed because you end up getting, you know what I'm saying? I was going to react on it, but then she was like, maybe I want to.
Yeah, because as soon as you say stop laying in my bed because you going to that's your way of letting her know it's about to go down.
Right, he wanted it. They both was with
Instead of being like, this is unacceptable, do not come in here, I'm going to have to tell him. All right, well, you know what you need to do. You got to figure out, I don't know if you can ever make it right, but,
All right, appreciate you.
All right, thanks for calling.
All right.
All right, well, that is
100 lives.
Your Ask Ye. 800-292-5150. If you couldn't get through, leave a message. That might be a better option. And you know what? We want to ask you guys, have you ever had a family member do something unforgivable to you? We want to hear what it was. 800-292-5150. Nobody can hurt you like your family. 800-292-5150. It's Way Up.
Turn it up. You vibing Way Up with Angela Yee.
Come right back.
More now.
All right, it's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm here with Mano.
Yep.
The award-winning advice-giving Mano.
That's right, award-winning. winning.
And during Ask You, we had a caller call in and say that he actually slept with his son's baby mom.
Right.
And he felt, I guess, bad about it and wanted to know if he should tell him. Well, that feels like something that could be unforgivable. I don't know what their relationship is. I don't know the full scope of that situation. But that is something that is like, I can never look at you the same. I don't even know if I can mess with you, even though we're blood. And I want to know, has a family member ever done something unforgivable to you?
Yeah, your brother.
Oh, my God. He, first of all,
gave me 25 cookies.
And told you eat half of one.
Yeah.
And you ate two.
I was on those cookies and I was messed up from Friday to Tuesday.
Feels like a you problem because he told you eat half a cookie and you ate two cookies because you think you're invincible. Yeah. I've never had a family member do anything crazy to me, I have to say. I mean, but I will say, they're not a direct family member, but my grandfather's wife's son actually took the house that my grandfather owned, right? Because that was his wife. It wasn't even her house. It was his house. And they were supposed to split it when my grandfather passed and sell it together. And he sold it and didn't give my mom any of the money. So I blocked him on everything. What? And he is no longer anybody to me. All right. Well, Michelle, has a family member ever done something unforgivable to you?
Yes, my sister, she told my husband that I was cheating on him and she wouldn't let me and my son stay with her when I came home from prison and I had no one else but her. And she had a wonderful, beautiful family in a house, nice big house where we could have stayed until I got on my feet.
Wow.
Was you really cheating though?
Yeah, I was, but you're my sister. It wasn't your place to tell him that I was.
Why did she tell him?
To this day, and I don't even know. I've asked her, but I don't know. And then told him I could hook you up with somebody I work with.
Oh, your sister is foul.
Wow.
Yes, like you're my blood sister.
Oh, my God.
That's awful.
That is horrible.
That's horrible.
She should have let you cheat in peace.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still hurt. It's been years and years, even though we're still married, still together, end up having 2 daughters, but still, I'm still hurt by it.
So you and your sister still ain't right.
Yeah, she did bad. She should have allowed you to cheat.
That's dirty. That's dirty. I would never.
I'm saying I would be covering for my brother.
Right.
Even though it was true, you got it from another family member.
Right.
But
Sister
still,
bad.
You blasted me. And that was like messed up. I'm just still bothered by it.
All right. Well, thank you for calling. Hey, Bishop, what's up?
What's up, Angelique? What my mama did to me was some thin line between love and hate type mess.
What'd she do?
I was in jail in Baltimore. Get out of jail. Try to get myself together. Had an unauthorized use of motor vehicle. Got locked up. I had a PR bond, which means you ain't got to pay nothing, but your parent got to come and sign for you. I know my mama to death, but you know she left me in jail.
Ooh, she was trying to teach you a lesson.
I tough love my tail. Do you understand how the inmates were treating me in the jail? They said, man, you got a free bond and can't even get out. I went through more problems. So then 30 days later, you know, you got your court date. My stepfather shows up. He can't get me out because he done come from jail himself. I said, where is my mama? That was just sad.
How old?
I understand they
How old were you?
I was 21 then, right before my birthday. That's insane. I can't quite forgive my mama for that, Angela Yee.
Man, and how long ago was this?
This was in 2006. I was in college in Baltimore, came home.
Think about that.
7 days later.
19 years ago, and to this day, you still cannot forgive her.
We still having a problem, because I just don't know how to trust you moving forward. If I was on life support, I'm scared you may pull the card on me.
Wow, that's crazy.
You
19
might say
years.
I'm tired of all this mess.
All right, well, thank you for calling. I wonder how that affects you in your day-to-day life, just feeling like, who do you trust if you can't trust your mom? All right, well, again, you can call up also if you have a story you want to tell us, 800-292-5150, and we'll play that during Last Word, which we're also doing when we come back, 800-292-5150. It's Way Up.
Pick up the phone.
Tap in. Tap in and get your voice heard.
What the word is.
Here's the Last Word on Way Up with Angela Yee.
Pick up the phone.
Yeah.
It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm here with my guy, Numena.
How way up are we?
Very, very way up. I can't wait to announce like some good news.
We
That's
about
always
to.
fun. It's always fun. Your wife, that search is still on. Let's not forget
Yes,
that.
July 26th, the marriage is on. But you know what? I'm reaching out and I'm trying to. We need to do something. We need to like hire some bridesmaids.
Hire them.
Yeah, hire them.
You have women. Well, no, the
For
woman will have
bridesmaids.
her own bridesmaids.
Yeah, but
you
we
don't
wanna
pick them.
No, but here's the
I'm
thing.
your best man.
I know
Oh
that.
no, I'm giving you away.
Right.
I'm walking you down the aisle.
Right. So, but here's the thing. What I'm saying is that we don't know what she coming with, who's her friends. So let's just have the bridesmaids already there.
That's not fair. She got to do it. But anyway, speaking of family, earlier we were talking about, has a family member ever did something unforgivable to you? A lot of people called in about that. And this is your show, so you have the last word.
Yes, Angela Yee. I had my sister call CPS on me to get my children took, and I haven't talked to her in 2 years.
I just want to shine a light on my friend Kiana. She has a son, and just watching her raise her son to be the good young man that he is becoming. I just want to shine a light on her and let her know she's doing a fantastic job.
Going way up, turn up with Angela Yee.